Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have a little bit more of an interesting conversation coming out here because AMD, I'm sure you guys know, is literally the big helper of making the GPUs and all the internals for the PlayStation 5 and also a bit for the Xbox Series X, actually has a nice little statement in regards to the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X on when they're actually going to be a little bit more laid back, and it's actually for thank God, a little bit better than usual. We've actually seen a lot of doom and gloom, and I almost feel like I almost have to look into the doom and gloom to kind of give you guys a double whammy perspective. So maybe if I feel a little bit, a little hectic on that, maybe we'll do that tomorrow. But when it comes to this, we've usually kind of been seeing a lot more people and big companies kind of more so pushing back on when they think these semiconductors are going to be more chill, and when it'll be a little bit more easy, and when they'll be in the stores, and all the kind of good stuff when it comes to the cars, the GPUs, the consoles, and everything. So at least for this, and I usually like to go and put a little extra emphasis when it comes to AMD CEOs, because they're literally the ones that are making this, so I feel like they probably have the best say on when to expect it and how to expect it. So we have a lot of stuff to go talk about, some kind of cool statements that also happened throughout this week, and overall, kind of finally good news. And I feel like we kind of need some good news, especially right before this holiday buzz going on. And as well, if any of you guys are new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, you guys go get free stock, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. I just appreciate you guys always so much for watching in the first place, so drop a like and your comments and thoughts down below if you guys want to. So this is kind of good news, as I mentioned. Thankfully, AMD is kind of overall been kind of good, both in NVIDIA and AMD. If you guys are investing in stocks, have also been doing astronomically pretty good this past week as well. So this also might be a nice little icing on the cake. So let's go and talk about this. So as you guys can go and see, I'm actually having a statement over here stating that AMD believes that the PlayStation 5 restock issues might be finally improving as of now by September 2022. Now you guys might be thinking oh, isn't that kind of long? Oh, that's still kind of far away. It is still not this current holiday season, but at this point we're kind of in the thick of it. We're just kind of going through the motions over here, trying our best to go and see this. But a lot of the actual other people we've seen throughout these past few years, especially the past few months, I feel like they keep on trying to go push this by literally 2023. And you guys might be thinking, oh, that sucks too. Hopefully we're not making all these videos we're doing every single day by then. But at least for this, we actually have a very, very specific date to this, September 20, 2022. It's kind of hard to say, kind of a weird year. But when it comes to that stuff, we're actually seeing good news on this. And I mean, that is still far away. It's actually 10 months away. But the fact that we're kind of seeing more specific, concise dates, always very nice to go and see. So let's go talk about this. But basically, AMD believes the PlayStation 5 restock, and as well, probably a lot more of the Xbox 2 as well, might be improved by September 2022. So Sony continues to have production issues with the PlayStation 5, but fortunately, things might start looking up in the second half of 2022. We also have had them kind of basically state that the half, summer and onwards of 2022 is very, very nice and kind of where things can hopefully start clearing away, especially for all this stuff. Much of the console's inventory woes are driven up by an ongoing semiconductor shortage, components critical in producing a functioning PlayStation 5. Now, according to a new statement from AMD CEO Lisa Su, this shortage actually might be coming to an end within the next year. Now, once again, we've kind of been seeing this overall rough range that we're seeing some people are saying spring, first of all. I remember last year we started doing this, just May by the latest. But on the one bright side, this is we've been seeing a lot of more people kind of pushing it out. Like I said, 2023 people were saying. So now we're finally getting a little bit of a reel back, which is nice. So predictions about the semiconductor shortage have been thrown around left and right since the middle of 2020, which I agree on this. I've heard every single date. Someone even said 2024, which I'm oh, woof. And so far, none of them have thankfully come to fruition, at least for those ones. Not so good, thankfully, for the previous ones. The coronavirus pandemic prolonged effect is only partially to blame, in addition to factors like increased demand for consumer electronics. This makes it difficult to fulfill 100% of orders. However, semiconductor company AMD began investing in new supply routes around this time last year. And of course, Lisa Su believes consumers will actually finally go and see a real shift in inventory as of next year. Very nice to see. So here's her quote over here. And once again, this is these are the people that are pretty much in direct control of helping produce and make these in the first place. So these guys, at least for me, have a lot more insight. She states, "We have always gone through cycles of ups and downs in which demand has exceeded supply, or vice versa," Su said. "This time is different. The startup of a new plant can take between 18 and 24 months, and in some cases even plus. These investments started maybe a year ago. In other words, AMD could see improved chipset production by September 2022. whose timeline isn't entirely clear, but a project that started maybe a year ago should be nearing completion in time for the 2022 holiday season. So let's go talk about a few things on this. It's nice to go and see we have this kind of overall rough date. And I'm sure as well, too, we've seen this a lot, that a lot of companies are more so willing to invest even more extra money overpaying to make sure that their things get done. So this is in regards to Sony and just making and kind of like outsourcing other semiconductors. We have heard from official statements from them stating that they want to go and spend extra money, try to lock on in, do extra bigger and longer contracts with certain companies to basically go and supply up as many semiconductor chips and other various things like display drivers and internals that they need for the PlayStation 5, which is kind of why the Xbox has been having a little bit of an issue, because Xbox is not willing to go and do that or does not already have those long-term business connections. That kind of goes and ties back to the TSMC partnership, where the Japanese government themselves are trying to go and somewhat force kind of help out a Sony and TSMC, which is like a big semiconductor basically company, to go and build and join up to go make their own semiconductor plant to both outsource to other countries, other areas in their own homegrown Japanese economy, but as well also to probably go facilitate and help out the PlayStation 5 and other various like Sony products. So it's very nice to see. It's kind of like the one little issue of the Xbox, where they don't necessarily have as close of production, at least with certain companies as of right this second. They still have good connections. It's Microsoft, they're making good money. They're a pretty big business, but overall it's not as close as Sony is. So as of right now, we do actually know that AMD has been working on overall trying their best to make more plants, trying to get more production. We've also been seeing this too as well with Intel and other various big companies, which thankfully a lot of these did start a while back. Some of them started in 2020, very early 2020, and a little bit more on the later end of 2020. And as you guys know, at this point, it's been like 16, 17, 18 months or so. So with these official statements, it does kind of show that things are getting closer, and as well also having more of like a pretty good rough date to go and see when all these dates are gonna be kind of coming on out does make the stock look a lot nicer. Now, once again, though, it does kind of stink because for us, we care about the holidays. We care about the now. We care about today and tomorrow and making sure our kids have a good Christmas. So while that does kind of stink, this is also really nice news for the people that are like, you want to know what? I'll wait until March. I'll wait until April. I'll kind of wait for the holidays to go kind of calm on down a little bit, because those people, these is kind of where they get to go reap the benefits and they get to actually go utilize this. And the fact that a lot of the world has kind of realized this issue a year ago, we've been seeing articles and talks about this a year ago. It's just kind of nice to see that we're kind of there's actual progression going on. There's actually a light at the end of the tunnel, and thankfully we're almost done. We still have to wait maybe a few more months too, and I'm sure stocks will be crazy, but thankfully as well, for a positive note, although we've had a lot of really bad Walmart restocks this week, thankfully the Black Friday, a lot of retailers are probably saving up stock and ready to go do some really, really good restocks for everyone out there too as well. So some other little statements too. Sue's latest comment likely conjures up mixed emotions for fans, kind of what I was saying right there over there, and seeking an in-stock PS5. A year is a long time to wait, although at least it's light at the end of the tunnel. Literally, that's exactly what I just said. But you'd be wise to remain cautiously optimistic too as well, which I could also agree on too as well, to kind of bring us back. Sue did previously go and claim that the semiconductor chip shortage would clear up in the second half of 2021 as well, which is, we've already gone past that too as well. And of course, the declining public health situation of the past few months may have also delayed that timeline too as well. And I think a lot of people also, when they first saw that, kind of thought it was a bit more on the aggressive side too in general. And we've also seen some other various things too, which if you guys want me to, we can maybe dive into throughout maybe tomorrow. Like I said, we've been kind of hearing conflicting stuff. So this is more of the good, the hopium type stuff. If you guys want to get a little on the depressing side, which I feel like most people don't, we can maybe talk about tomorrow. So AMD is actually feeling good. They have their plans coming. They're probably maybe getting better contracts in, all that stuff. Toshiba actually was a bit more on the pessimistic side, where they actually did go and say that one of their semiconductor facilities claims that while the outlook may actually improve by September 2022, consumers should expect a full return to service in 2023. Which, I mean, in my honest opinion, I think I'd be okay with that. Here's my kind of last wanting thoughts. I'm okay if the drops last 20, 30 minutes. If you really want to get it, you can get it, versus instantly selling out. And if we gotta get to the point where it's mostly good, restocks are still kind of coming in pretty close, they're not being sold out in 2 minutes, I think a lot of us can agree, because I think if we're kind of watching a lot, we could probably get our consoles pretty quick over there too as well. Also, big things too as well is that the PlayStation 5 is the only product also impacted too with the semiconductor shortage, and we also have to always deal with the cards and semiconductors, PCs, laptops, and all that stuff too as well, mixed on in. So at least on the bright side, we actually did go and see some good news. I do like seeing things from AMD, like, Lisa Su, although we still have to kind of keep our expectations in check and kind of go by the next 2 or 3 months first to make sure we can actually go get our consoles ASAP. So if you guys want to give your thoughts and comments down below, feel free to. We'll probably have a bunch more videos all throughout today, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, the digital console, and controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money. Just might as well do it throughout the day and get some free money for Christmas. And Coinbase, if you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. So give me your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys later on throughout today for some more videos. Love you guys.